What's up, social media world? It's your boy Flo, and we're gonna talk about last week. Last week there was some emotional hurt there, but hurt can change itself into growth, and meaning can be found within that pain or emotional hurt. And so we like to use love languages as a way to combat uh, the uh, the side effects that come from getting in your own head. When we're talking about mental health, there can be depression, anxiety, stress. So love languages can be used as weapons to keep that stuff at bay as you grow and develop as a person as well. And so, but there's also another one that came across my mind due to last week, and that is connections. Connections also can be used as a way to combat, areas and where you're mentally weak, because you have a support system around you that they'll hold you accountable, that they'll say what it is that needs to be said. So that way it gives you a brand new and different perspective on how things are transpiring around you and how your actions and your words are affecting other people. And so that's the word for today. The word is connections. Connections are valuable, whether it be in your marriage, whether it be in your friendship, in your family, in your work relationships. All of those connections have meaning. They may not always serve the same purpose because it could be for a season, it could be long-standing. You never know, but there is value in each and every connection that you have. It's all about your perspective. And your perspective matters because that can either influence change or settle you, and now you're in your own head. There is no room for growth because ears are not listening and your eyes are closed. And so when you have that type of mentality, it's very, very difficult for there to be personal growth. And so that's my word. That's my little message for today, that connections are extremely, extremely valuable when it comes to your mental health, because it ensures that you have people, your support system, your crew that's going to be there for you through thick and thin, highs and lows. They will not let you go because they want to see you improve. They want to see you be the best person that you can be. Grace and mercy. So grace is where you decide to make a conscious decision to listen, to hear out what the other person has to say. Mercy comes in the response, and the response in how you respond to that individual, because you need those two to create a vulnerable space to where people can truly hear one another and respond accordingly. Because when you're at your vulnerable, a lot of people will say you're at your weakest, right? You're at your weakest because you're pouring out your heart and you're exposed now. So that's where that grace comes in, and having that support system that's going to be there to listen to you. And the mercy comes in how they respond back. And the mercy is not whiplashing, not talking down, but listening to respond and respond accordingly to that particular individual. Some people you can yell and scream at and they got it. Other people you cannot. But that grace and mercy is key to creating a vulnerable space, and that can only enhance your relationship, your connection with the people that have come around you and that you've come in contact with as you walk through this thing called life. So last week was an emotional week, but it was a positive one, because it gave me perspective on how your actions can make certain people feel a certain way. And so knowing and understanding and having that conversation is important, because now you can dive deep into understanding how your words, your actions are being perceived as from others. Not to change yourself, but to really understand how people are hearing what it is that you need, what it is that you're saying, and how you're coming across, because you want to always make sure that your intentions are coming off as pure as what your mind is thinking. Because what you say up here sounds good, but the moment it comes out, whatever your words may be, wherever your actions may be, it may not be received in the way that you wanted it to be received. So that's why, again, I will say that grace and mercy and the understanding as you're growing in your connections with people of people's heart, their true intentions, and not to cast judgment just because of what they said. They didn't mean to say it the way they said it. So that's my word for today. Keep it short and sweet now. Those connections are valuable. They're a great tool. They're a great weapon to defeat any mental weakness that you may have, help you get out of it of your own head so you can better improve yourself, because those crew, those people, those connections around you are going to put a spotlight on certain things that they see, and they do it all out of love. And a response on what it is that you've received, and your decision on whether or not you're going to improve as a person, or you're just going to continue to be who. Even if that's the case, there's still that grace and mercy that still be exemplified to you, whether that connection continues or whether it dissolves. That's what I got for you. Everything. Let's go.